Or you said, oh, do you own property? Oh, you own this. Oh, we got a property. And they're quite not, oh, yeah, we got that one in New Zealand. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What's the address?
Yeah.
How much do you owe? You owe that much? Do you know this much equity? Oh, yeah, we know it's worth a bit. Well, do you know you can access that equity? Really? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Am I sure? Yeah, I'm sure.
One of the things that I wanted to ask you about, and we're seeing this comment too, is around Kiwis that own property in New Zealand.
Yeah.
They want to utilise that here in Australia.
100%.
Is that possible? Can they do that? What does that look like? What do they need to be mindful of? Because we're definitely getting more people. And there's just people, Kiwis just like Australia. What's going on there?
Or what it is the family, the siblings have moved over to Australia.
Yeah.
And one of the parents might die in New Zealand and they've got a property and it gets left to one of the kids. Right. Yeah. And so what happens, often the properties in New Zealand are freehold. There's no mortgages. And so the Kiwis living in Australia, they rent here and they own property back in New Zealand. And they don't realise that they can access the equity from New Zealand to buy a property in Australia.
And that's possible.
100% that's possible. We just helped a family. They own a property in Wellington.
Yep.
It wasn't freehold. There was maybe, I don't know, $100,000 in debt. Not much. And they've pulled money out of that property to come over and buy a property in Australia. So what do you actually need? Well, you still need good credit.
Yeah.
Right? You still need a deposit, but the deposit now is coming from your equity in New Zealand.
Okay.
Right? And you still need serviceability. So you still got to be able to get a loan. You need income. That's right. And so if you tick all those three boxes and you don't own property here, well, you would bring the money over to buy your first home in Australia.
So does that mean you're eligible for the grants? Or?
Yeah, man. That's line me up.
Let's go.
I'll bring the Ash K over from New Zealand.
And
I can still get access to all the grants and incentives. Wow. Yeah. So what people don't realise, because it's in New Zealand, they don't understand how they can get a loan for a property in New Zealand, to buy a property here. It's a little bit convoluted, but we've been able to help people because
obviously we have a system.
Well, we have a team.
Yeah, we have the team.
We have the team that can access the equity in New Zealand. We've got boots on the ground in New Zealand. We've got a team that we work with over there, and they do that.
Yeah.
Right, and so it releases the equity in New Zealand. They bring the funds over to Australia, and you'd get the primary loan in Australia to buy the property in Australia based on your income in Australia, and you would release the equity in New Zealand based on the income in Australia. Because you earn income in Australia, the New Zealand banks accept that income.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right, so that's not the case for all countries, but because Australia and New Zealand are we're Turbo, whatever it is, they accept the income. So the banks in New Zealand will go, okay, you earn X amount in Australia, we'll lend you this much more in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And then you release the equity and you can bring it over. And that's a smart way to do it, guys. Stop renting if you own property in New Zealand.
So using the bank in New Zealand, and you also have a bank here.
Yep. Bank in New Zealand, you do an equity release.
So that's the deposit?
Yeah, and you'll use that as your deposit. You bring that over to Australia.
And Australia accepts that deposit.
And Australia accepts, it was Ash K, man.
One team. Let's go.
So that's a smart way. And what I see is I've seen families do that to help themselves if they don't own a property yet and they want to buy their first property.
Yeah.
I've seen them use it to help the kids get into the market.
So the parents own property in New Zealand?
Yeah, and they bring the money over and they help one of the kids. Yeah. And we've seen people, even use it for investment properties. They're like, well, we're based here. We already own a house in Australia, but we want to, we've got equity in New Zealand.
Yeah, let's utilise that.
Or you said, oh, do you own property? Oh, you own this. Oh, we've got a property. And they're quite not, oh, yeah, we got that one in New Zealand. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What's the address? How much do you owe? You owe that much? Do you know this much equity? Oh, yeah, we know it's worth a bit. Well, do you know you can access that equity? Really? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Am I sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Right? If you could bring that equity over and you could use that to help yourself to buy another investment property or to help one of the kids get into the market, would you do that? They're like, man, we'd do that tomorrow. So it's just awareness.
Yeah.
So Kiwis are in a pretty good position. And probably the last one we'll talk about is the KiwiSaver.
Yeah.
And so people can bring
and that's definitely an option?
Yeah, it's an option. But you got to understand what the limitations are there. So you can't bring, in New Zealand, KiwiSaver is their superannuation.
Yeah.
Right? In New Zealand, you can actually release KiwiSaver to buy a house.
To buy the first property.
Yeah. In Australia, you can't do that.
The rules
you can't bring the money over from New Zealand to Australia, release it, and then go buy a house. It'll stay inside of your super, and you would set up a self-managed super fund to be able to buy property inside of your super.
But is that a property to live in? Is that a first property?
No. It's an investment
only.
Inside of your super, it's investment only. Yeah.
Also, if they're using their KiwiSaver, that's only to
set up a self-managed super fund to invest in property. So we've talked about first home owners, we've talked about Kiwis, we've talked about self-managed super funds.
100%.
And look, I think those are the big things that are kind of happening right now. Okay, Felise, we've been at it for a little while now.
What an episode!
What's your last thing you've got to say to everyone out there in TMAP land or listening to the Teach Me About Property podcast?
I think now's the time. Now's the time, man. Now's the time. You know, I think. Look, I'm speaking to families every day, students every day, and obviously the concerns that we're discussing today and the uncertainty. This brings a lot of clarity. But yeah, now's the right time. Reach out. Let's go.
Yeah, now's the time, guys. So
it's time.
It's time, baby.
It's time.
It's time. 2026, the year you made bank. Let's go. Much love, Fano. Peace out. A-Town.